Hello folks, hi, it's Denis again. I'd like to just say a few words about Donald Trump, if I may say. I'm not political minded whatsoever, but what I like to say now, to be honest, goes with beyond all situations here. Is that I've heard and I've seen posted on Facebook about people trying to put spells on Donald Trump. Well, let me tell you, it won't work. Because he's being protected by what you may call the light source. Because he's supposed to be here to what you may call drain the swamp, to break the template. Because at the moment, this earth is like, it's a cesspit, to be honest with you. And we've got to get rid of all that evilness. But the ones who are thinking of coming together because they think they're doing the right thing, let me tell you something, that the Ascended Masters, any true Ascended Master that is working for the source, call it God, or whatever your conception of God is, would not want or does not like to manipulate the situation here. You cannot put your will onto anybody else. It's a bit windy here and there's people watching, so I've got to be careful what I say because I'm speaking from a public place. So, to the ones who are thinking of putting spells on Donald Trump, coming together from all areas of this world, it is a waste of time. Because once again, he's being protected by what you may call the Star Children. The heritage that we come from are protecting us also. For when you put a spell onto other people, or even try to invoke that spell, you are invoking their free will. You are trying to invoke their free will, and that is one thing that you are not allowed to do. So, when you play about with the dark side, it will have an effect on you. Trust me, because I know what that effect is. Because I walk and live in the light. And I will tell you what happened, and it might give you an indication of what will happen or what will be out there to save people like Donald Trump at this time, to help him to go to the next level of light. I'm not saying Donald Trump's here forever. I'm saying at this moment, for the people who are thinking of putting a spell onto Donald Trump, it is a waste of time and it is against mankind. Because you're not supposed to put your will onto other people. For how do you know that God hasn't got this planned on purpose? What do you know about the outside information, the outside source, the template that needs to be broken? What if it's the right thing to do at this time? What if it is and you're trying to manipulate it? Do you think the higher forces will let you to do that? No. Every Ascended Master in his true light will not affect God's will. We're here on a loving, caring planet which has been manipulated, but not by God's will, but by the greed of man. So sooner or later, somebody, a force, has to be in plan to break the template. It has to be in plan. And what you're doing by trying to evoke a spell, he's trying to say to the universe, the God, the source, you cannot do it. Do you not think that will have an effect on yourself? Because it will. Trust me. There are things out there that you cannot see. You are not allowed to see at this level of our involvement or enlightenment. We're not supposed to see that. We are supposed to be here, living on this planet, conserving it, saving it, not milking it of its natural resources, not for the greed of other people. And this is what America is going through now. It's trying to right the wrongs of yesterday. You might say there's no wrongs of yesterday, but there are. There's many wrongs. Hello. Hiya. I just had to take a quick break there because there was somebody walking by. And this is a heartfelt message from me. Because I walk in the light and I live in the light as much as I can do on this planet. And for you to manipulate to bring a darker element on here by putting a spell onto somebody for your apparent reason of your belief pattern is wrong. I am saying it is wrong. Okay, what people say, sometimes there's got to be a voice out there saying, think about what you're doing. Trump is taking it to the USA. We are taking it here to the European government. We're leaving because this place has become a place which has been run for the greed of other people. And that's all that Donald Trump is doing. He's trying to clear the energy. And how do you know that this has not been instructed by the higher side, by the light forces? You don't know. I don't know the particular outcome of it all, but I do know we are not supposed to put our will on anybody else's by invoking what you may call a spell. Because a spell is of a dark nature. It really is if you look deeper into it. So we are here, and I ask you, please, as me, as Denis, the ascended masters, the great masters who live and work on our behalf, do not want to manipulate the free will of mankind. They want us to live in peace and happiness and to sort it out with ourselves. Not to put a darker side on it. Because what you're doing is you're playing about with an energy that you are opening yourself up to. And as you open yourself up to it, you are a portal for that darker side to come in and to screw about with your life. Only because you opened up to it. And it needs to be said as it is. If you play about with that energy, you will put yourself at harm. So please, don't do it. Do the best you can. Love yourself. Put your own backyard in order. Send love to other people that have offended you or you think you're doing wrong. Because it's all about your perception of what is right in this world. And we're here supposed to live together in harmony. Yes, and we're supposed to fight those that will entrap us, those that will enslave us and put us back on the dungeon wall where we've been for a long time. But we've forgotten that the chains that bind us to the dungeon wall are only made of straw. So we can walk away, but it takes courage. But we're not supposed to walk away and say to somebody, you shouldn't be doing that. You should not be in charge of our parliament or our government. We've got to give the source its due course of moving. And if they feel fit to put an ambassador, a starseed, as Trump in the White House for the benefit of all people, not just America at this moment, but for all people in time, that's the way it's got to be. I'm not political. I hope people don't see me as political. I'm not. I'm just trying to say, if you invoke this energy will come back and kick you up the backside. So please, don't invoke it. Just be love. Be understanding to yourself first and foremost, and send love out. Send your prayers out. Send your healing out. But please, do not put a spell on anybody, because you're opening yourself up to a spell. There's a template across America, and there's a template across Europe and England, and we are breaking that template. And what you may call the other forces don't want to see this. And that's why they are bringing through people, energy-wise, to affect other people who are not living in the trueness of who they truly are. If it wasn't supposed to happen, it wouldn't have happened. America would not have gone that way. England would have not come out of Brexit, whatever it's called, I forgot now. But we would not be out of it, right? So it is what we as human beings are trying to accomplish. Not to be governed by other people who have only got their interest at heart. My interest is to stand in here, not because of me, but because of you, my brothers and sisters, and saying, I wish you love, I wish you happiness, I wish you understanding. But dabbling in an energy that you may dabble in by seeing somebody out of the White House because of your putting spell, black magic, white magic, it all comes from the same thing, is really the wrong way to go. in my opinion. And you might not agree with it. Well, that's your choice. But I'm saying this with love. Yes, I'm shouting a little bit because it's windy. I hope it's going to come through. And that's it, basically. There's people out there who are spreading false rumours, false news. But I'll tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is not false news. I'll tell you a little bit story and then I'll cut it because it's getting cold and windy. Years ago, when I first woken up, over 30 years ago, I was coming from a spiritual church, and somebody said to me in the spiritual church that the dark side was after my power, or some mediums and clairvoyants on the lower energy. Not everybody works on that lower energy, but some people do, unfortunately, because they don't know any better. That's the only reason why they do, because nobody's shown them the right way or the better way. And I was concerned about this, of what they were saying. And I was driving my car down this quite a fast country road, which I used to call my racetrack. As I'm driving down the country road and I'm thinking about what was said, I was getting a bit worried. We've got a load of geese flying above now. What a great, that's fantastic, seeming formation. That's a sign for me, the leader is leading the flock. And going back to the car, so I'm driving down the road and I'm thinking about this, of what somebody's trying to steal my energy, my power, which is not allowed. And all of a sudden, the lamppost that was in front of me changed shape. It must have grew from 10 foot to 30 foot, and it shimmered white light, and it went into the form of a head, shoulders and torso of a being. And that being just spoke to me. It said, Dennis, don't ever be scared. It will never happen. We're here to protect you. Yes, we're here to protect you. That light, that being of that lamppost which changed, said to me, we're here to protect you. And then the next thing, that light was in my car. It engulfed me with white light, and the voice through came again saying the same thing. I was shivering. I call it my spiritual orgasm. It was fantastic. It was love. It was, God passed over and come back again. It was fantastic. The car drove itself home, basically. Why I'm saying that is, I woke up at home in the drive outside the garage, and I can't remember driving there. And I go back to that. I was scared, I was worried, and I sent my thoughts out, is this supposed to happen? And the voice and the energy engulfed me and said, no, we will take care of you. So if I say that to you now, all honestly, here, how do you think that the forces are going to protect somebody in government who's trying to get it right? Who's trying to stop the corruption of the greed of the few? Trying to help the many to live a balanced life of love, understanding and health and fair education. Not forgetting spiritual education, because that's what we're here for. To spiritualise, we're here to spiritualise the Mother Earth as above, so below. That's our job. But some of us forgotten it. I forgot it until I got waked up on the shoulder 30 years ago when they said, this is your contract, you signed it, welcome back. So this is what it's all about. Share this video, please. Share it with people who understand. Share it with those who don't understand. To manipulate the energies, to put a spell onto somebody. If you open yourself up to that energy, please don't, because something not nice. Because you're playing with an energy you don't know. I'm repeating, only because I think it's need to be repeated. Please don't do it. If you are going to put a spell on, make it a prayer of love. Make it energy healing and send it to Donald. Send it to all of the people who need it. So, I hope I've not offended anybody. It's not meant to. I'm saying this with love and affection. From the woods, which is my home basically. I love it here. Gives me energy. And if you need energy, surround yourself with blue white light from upstairs. Think about what you do before you do it, please. Because we're here to be brothers and sisters with each other. I know at the moment we're at loggerheads, different countries and different people, because they want to see it their way. Let's try to come together as we're supposed to do here on Mother Earth. So with that I'll say good afternoon, because I'm freezing. Okay, over and out. Bye for now.